See this stack of books here? We're gonna talk about these in a second, so watch out. Hello guys!
Wingapo.
And welcome back to another video of The Reader Journals. And today is brought to you by my beautiful mug. Just kidding. I have no sponsorships yet. I only have like 22 subscribers. But hey, welcome to my community. Look at it. It's a beautiful Hogwarts mug. I'm a huge fan. Can you tell I'm obsessed to Hogwarts? Yeah. We're gonna need coffee to get through this video. This is kind of like a wrap-up. It's not for the month because newsflash, I finished my second semester of university. Yay! I made it through all my classes, thank you very much. And yeah, I'm really excited to talk about the books I've read so far during quarantine and hopefully get to all nitty-gritty details. So if you see a stack of books here, it's because all these books I read during quarantine, and we're gonna get to each and every one of these books in order. So the first one that I want to talk about that I read during quarantine is How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. I highly recommend you read this book, especially right now during these times. We're all anxious and nervous and we have no idea about the whole COVID-19 situation and all this general sense of urgency that's been going around. I would recommend you read this book because this book has really useful advice, especially in times like this when we're all in crises. And it's a book that has gotten me through a lot. I've read it like 3 times, so I'm a huge fan of Dale Carnegie. He also wrote How to Win Friends and Influence People, which is another book that I highly recommend as well, but I have not read that one during this quarantine, so I personally think this one's a good one to read. Next that I'm going to be talking about is the Finding Love series by Josh Sterling. I read this one during quarantine. I already made a review for it, so make sure to check out the link in the description if you're interested. I should have worn this shirt for this review, but let's just go with it. I love this series a lot. It's about these magical creatures called savants. They have special powers, and one of their dominant qualities is that they have to find their soulmate, the person that they're destined to be with for the rest of their lives. So each book is a specific female protagonist who finds themselves being tied to a Benedict brother who are savants. And yeah, that's the cool part of this series. For more information on that, check out my review for Finding Love series in the link in the description. Yeah, love that one a lot. Then I finished reading, because I didn't start this series during quarantine. I actually finished reading it during quarantine, but we're still counting it. The Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. Being my first experience with it, I really loved it. I thought it was really immersive. Loved Percy Jackson, loved Annabelle, loved Grover, loved every single character in this series. I'm a huge fan. I think that these books are so endearing. And also, did you guys hear? They're making a Disney Plus series. I'm like, what? That's gonna be so much fun. I hope they accurately cast the characters according to their age, at least from the first book, because I personally thought that the actors in the movie adaptation that they made weren't accurately portrayed, at least from the age gaps, and I would have loved to see the kids be kids, and grow up to be adults. So that would be fun. Like maybe do a thing like Harry Potter where they hired the actors young and they grew up with the franchise. So that would be great to do for this one. But I'm really excited because this is something that just makes me super excited. And Rick Riordan already tweeted a bunch about it, so he's already excited too, just like all of us. So really excited, really happy for reading this series. Highly recommend Percy Jackson. Another series I finished during quarantine is the Legend series by Marie Lu. Oh my god, how I love this series. I could make a full review about it because there's so many thoughts I have on it. But if you have not read the series, which you should, do yourself a favor and read this series. The series is about these 2 characters who live in the Republic. The Republic has these strict guidelines where each of the citizens have to take a test, and this test that they take, basically, according to the score that they get either a specific job or to a specific section, or they just end up being outcasts, basically. So what happens is that there's these 2 characters. One is called Day. He's like a fugitive. He didn't do well in his test scores, but he's basically running away from the Republic and he's hiding and he does a lot of weird mischief, and he finds to cross paths with June, who is the other character of this series. June is a loyal citizen of the Republic, and she's the only citizen that has had the highest score in the entire Republic. So she's like super smart, and something happens that ties her to Day, and they go on an adventure from there. So if you want a cool series with immersive characters in a really cool world, find the Legend series. Also, I think from what I've heard, I don't know if it's still an ongoing plan because Marilu hasn't updated at all, but they're probably doing a series on it or a movie, I think, for Legend. So if they do end up doing it, I will be doing a reaction to whatever comes up, either posters, trailers, whatever that is. I'll probably do a Dreamcast episode. I'm a huge fan of Marilu. I read Warcross. I still have yet to read Wildcard, but I'm a huge fan of Warcross, and hopefully I'll read more of hers. I want to read more of her creations because this one really took me by surprise. I was really happy for reading that. So yeah, those are the books I've read so far during quarantine. Taking a coffee break because I have not drank anything from this cup since we started. So I'm going to show you guys some books that I'm planning on reading for the following month. I am going to be joining the Panemathon. If you have not heard about the Panemathon, you should totally join. It's a readathon in commemoration of the new release from Susan Collins, which is The Ballad of Songs and Birds. Everyone's been talking about it. It's a topic for a hot minute. Everyone is excited for this book. And I'm going to be spoiling here. I'm District 9. Yay! I'm joining my good friend. I'll leave her name here because I forgot her name for a second. And I'm really excited to be a part of this readathon. I actually do not own the book, sadly. But I really am excited to join the readathon. I picked up some books. Not all of them apply to all the categories, although I wish I could have been able to pick up. To be honest, I don't see myself reading like 12 books in 1 month, even though I have a lot of space during this month. But I do want to do other stuff other than just reading. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Here I have my stack of books. I'm not going to be showing the first book in the stack, or at least I'm just going to be showing the back because this one I ripped the cover accidentally. The first book that I'm going to be reading is The Pale Horse by Agatha Christie. I've been wanting to read this one. I know there's a series in Prime, so maybe I'll get to watching the series and do a series versus book review, what details are accurate or not. I'm a huge fan of Agatha Christie's, so really excited to read this one this following month. The next book that I'm going to be reading is Lord of Flies by William Goldwyn. Heard so many things about this book. The only thing I know that this book is about, from what I've been able to hear or read or even listen, is that about these boys in an island and they go crazy or something. But I'm really interested because it's a very short book and it's also a really good, cool story to read. I'm really excited to get to this one during June, and hopefully I'll finish it in the midst of the time. The next one that I'm going to be reading is Fahrenheit 451. I heard a fellow booktuber talk about it, and I thought this interview was interesting. I'm still going to give it a try because I'm interested, and I've been having this book for a while. It was a gift from a friend. I still have to over to read it, so I'm going to end up reading it during the month of June. Hopefully I'll get to that one. The next book that I want to read for the month of June is Children of Aden by Joy Graceffa. If you don't know who Joy Graceffa is, he's a fellow YouTuber who's been in the platform for like years. I'm really excited to get to it. It sounds like a really cool read. From what I can tell that it is about, I think it's about some kids who were not supposed to be born or something, a type of dystopian story. And I haven't seen that many dystopians lately, but I'm really excited to see what this one has in store. And also, I think Joy Graceffa is a really cool YouTuber. I have not seen him in a while, but I think he's still really comedic and cool. I think he's great. And the most predominant thing that I'm going to be reading throughout the month of June is the Hunger Games trilogy. I actually have not read this trilogy before. What is going on with my life? Like, it's the hot topic of the minute, literally. I don't have the Ballad of Songs and Birds, but I do have this trilogy, so we're gonna get to it. All the 3 books in one. So we're gonna be reading the trilogy for the first time. I read the first book like ages ago, but I have not read Catching Fire or Mockingjay. So we're gonna get to the 3. I'm gonna be doing a vlog during the month of June to kind of recap what I've been going through this month with this trilogy. Hopefully I'll do well, being my first time reading it. And I'm really, really excited to really rediscover the world and these characters. Maybe after reading it, I'll probably make a book review or some kind of themed video specifically, or just about specific characteristics of the series. Who knows? Hopefully we'll get to that when I finish reading. This is probably the first thing I'm gonna tackle for my TBR because I'm really excited to get to this series. I'm really like into the idea, and this is mainly the reason why I said during the Panemathon is to read this one, because I haven't read the Hunger Games trilogy and everyone is talking about it since it is such a huge topic right now with the Ballad of Songbird. So hopefully this month I do get to this pile. I made it small because, to be honest, I'm not a very fast reader when it comes to reading books, but I want to get to the small pile first. Hopefully that adds up for the Panemathon. I know that the Panemathon necessarily doesn't mean you have to read the prompts. You can read whatever you want, because they still count points for the many pages that you read during the readathon. So hopefully if that counts for the readathon, I'm excited. I know that they give like double points for the original trilogy, so I'm really excited to get to those since it's my first time reading this trilogy. I am so unbelievable. Anyways, and other than that, yeah guys, make sure to follow me on Instagram. Hopefully now that I'm now entering summer and I don't have any school for like 2 months or 3, kind of, I don't know. Well, depends on when the school tells us when we're going back to classes, especially with the whole COVID-19 thing situation. So for the time being, I am going to be updating you guys. I'm going to continue once a week because these videos take a lot of time of editing and energy. So I'm going to continue doing every Saturday. Maybe I might change the date of the week if I find it adequate. But for now, we're just going to stick to Saturdays. And also, I'm really excited to read a lot. That's just my main goal this month and this summer and this entire lifetime, because I'm just like addicted to reading. So hopefully I'll read more during the summer. And also, I'm in the works of finishing a book that I'll make a video on. I'm making a lot of videos themed towards to that, hopefully sooner or later. We'll see. There's going to be a lot of cool things coming up in this channel. Make sure to stick around. Click the thumbs up if you like this video. If you are planning on joining the Panemathon, what are the books that you're going to be reading for it? I know that I'm not necessarily reading that many things oriented towards to the categories of the Panemathon, but I'm still interested in reading these, my top picks for the month, basically. But if you are joining, please make sure to leave in the description below your TBR for the Panemathon, if you can name all the books that you're going to be reading. And I'm going to be tuning in a lot on my Twitter. I've been reposting and posting stuff there, so check me out there. Yeah, make sure to stick around for more updates, guys. Stick around for the quote at the end of the video, and I'll see you soon. Bye!